Yo, Crypto Squadron. I just want to talk to you guys real quick about the power of the DCA. You take your emotions out of the shit and you put logic into it. You take the emotion out and put the logic in. All right, what happens when you do that? Well, logically, when you see things capitulating, you see red, you want to accumulate, you know? I get just as excited on these red days as I do when it's, honestly, I get more excited because that's really when you you build your portfolio, you build your positions, and you enjoy the delayed gratification of doing that when you're in profits. For example, the Israel stuff. I had a feeling it was going to de-escalate pretty quickly. Rather, it escalated quickly and de-escalated quickly. As we all know, Iran got bombed by Israel. The U.S. also joined in, and they bombed some of their nuclear facilities. They had they hit them with the bunker busters, with the B-2 stealth bombers, which is actually, honestly, what just happened in Iran is actually pretty incredible. Like, no, I don't think any other military in the world could have pulled that off. They penetrated Iranian air defenses deep into Iran and destroyed these nuclear facilities and then left. No casualties, no nothing, weren't even detected. Shit was just destroyed immediately, just like this. No, so the Iran, they responded, yeah. They launched missiles at some U.S. base earlier today. That's why Bitcoin and crypto started retracing a little bit. And then later this afternoon, Trump came out a few hours ago and said he wants to make peace with Iran and stuff. And that's when Bitcoin started these altcoins started recovering very, very rapidly after that, They're already starting to a little bit last night. Into this morning until the Iran thing. But anyways, I'm rambling about that. But what I'm saying is, this whole market for like the past 2 or 3 years has been nothing but this. Situations like this, back to back to back to back. If you have been taking your emotions out of this stuff and just being logical about it, playing the long game, you're going to be so fucking rich. You're going to be so wealthy from this. It's not even funny, That's really how you achieve wealth. You take these red days like this and you deploy. You don't deploy when there's green candles of 30-40%. You don't do that. That's how you get smashed. You get wrecked. But with that being said, I have way more crypto than I anticipated on having. I have a lot more, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without sticking to my plan, maintaining the discipline, and taking my emotions out of it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. That's why you have to do things to, if you have a feeling it's going to continue to go lower, don't deploy all your dry powder at once. Just dollar cost average, a little heavier than you usually do if it's at a heavy discount. So, for example, you get paid every 2 weeks, every week, whatever. You usually do 100 a week. Okay, maybe split that up into like $10-$20 purchases. That way, okay, then if you buy some and it goes down another 30%, you buy more. Instead of just sitting there and being pissed off. And guys, I don't know what kind of money you're working with. I'm just giving this as an example. For me, I like to do at least around that, at least around $100 a week is pretty reasonable for the average person. Sometimes, of course, things come up and you can't do as much, and sometimes you have more and you can invest more than that. But I try to look at this stuff as like you have to maintain discipline on it too. You can't just give up and quit. Look at it like it's a bill, like it's a car note or something like that. Like you would literally have to pay it. Just look at it like that, maintain your discipline, and before you know it, you're going to look at your portfolio one day and you're going to be like, wow, I actually did this shit, Because if you've been buying only when it's red, I'm pretty sure that's where you're at now. Even though we're basically still at bear market lows with these altcoins, you can still make money. You can still make money by maintaining discipline and buying in the red, So when this market flips, guys, it's gonna be violent. Be prepared. You know, that's why it's good to dollar cost average. That's what I made this video for. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot more crypto than you thought we would. I thought we were going to be taking off this time last year, to be honest. So I had a whole extra year almost to add to altcoins, basically. So you had all this time. I don't want to hear any excuses from anybody, man. You had plenty of time to build your positions. We've had nothing but bearishness. Nothing. But on the flip side of that, if you look at it and take the advantage from that situation, would be to build your portfolio at heavy discounts. But guys, if you're getting any value from me, like and subscribe. I'm going to get off here. Real quick, I just want to mention some of the altcoins I've been purchasing over this last Israel's thing. Ori chain. I've been purchasing that. I've been purchasing some Aventus. I've been purchasing LCX. I've been purchasing Jerry the Turtle, Dorky. What else did I grab? I grabbed a little more Alchemy Pay. Anything else I grabbed? What else did I grab? Might be it. That might be it. All I got. Yeah. But yeah, those are the altcoins that I accumulated more of during this last capitulation, and I will probably continue to if we go lower. That's why I spread my buys out. I'm just sprinkling on top of my bags. I'm already kind of happy with what I got, but you know what? Might as well, take advantage of the situation, boys. If you DCA'd yesterday, you're already in gains, boy. Let's go, baby. Time to get excited for this shit, boys. We've been waiting on this, man. We've been waiting. All right? So strap your moon boots on. Time to get serious, bro. Lock these gains in, boys. Hold down the fort.